The election of a U.S. president who has called global warming a hoax alarmed environmentalists and climate scientists, raising questions today about whether America once again would pull out of an international climate deal. UN up and close this week, or Oh Sooyoung.
Donald Trump's election as the next US president may thwart global efforts to effectively tackle climate change. That's what many climate experts fear could happen based on Trump's outspoken opposition to the Paris Climate Agreement, which entered into force last Friday. After 20 years of negotiations, the landmark deal was reached in December of last year by more than 190 countries, which for the first time in history agreed to legally binding limits on the rise of global temperature, no more than 2 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels. The deal also aims to cut greenhouse gas emissions as well as help developing countries tackle the severe impacts of climate change by mobilizing funds from higher-income governments. While President Obama has made tackling climate change one of his key priorities and part of his presidential legacy, President-elect Trump has on multiple occasions dismissed the concept of global warming as a hoax and pledged in May to cancel the Paris Agreement. Under the accord, the US has pledged to reduce emissions up to 28% by 2025 and contribute $3 billion to the Green Climate Fund, which will support clean energy systems and climate protection measures for developing countries. While the US cannot pull out of the Paris Agreement for at least 4 years, there are no sanctions or repercussions if it chooses to neglect its commitments in the meantime.
Between the US and China, now climate change has been elevated into not only an environmental issue, but a geopolitical one between the most important 2 countries in the world. And we urge the next US president to take that into consideration.
The UN's annual climate conference began on Tuesday in Morocco, gathering representatives from nearly 200 countries to discuss specific ways to implement the Paris Agreement. But with the possibility of the world's second-largest carbon emitter backing out of its commitments, it remains uncertain whether the world will see meaningful progress on fighting climate change. Oh Sooyoung, Arirang News.